Beginning, the warning. The first time I met Princess Kalara of the Orvathian Empire, I was barely alive. Our ship had crash-landed on a desolate moon at the edge of the Arya cluster. The storm had torn through our hull, scattering the crew across jagged crystal plains. I had survived only because I had shielded a small child from the debris. When I woke, I found her standing over me, a vision of alien beauty and authority. Her skin shimmered with a pale, opalescent glow, and her eyes were pools of liquid silver. But her expression was not mercy, it was warning. "You should leave," she said, her voice soft but firm, carrying the weight of a galaxy's command. "Stay with me, and you will die." I blinked, coughing from the dust. Die? Why? Her gaze softened slightly, but the words were icy. "This place is cursed for outsiders. My people, our enemies, they hunt those who linger near me. Anyone who stays becomes a target." I wanted to stand, to argue, but the truth was clear. Staying meant danger. Yet something in me refused to leave. Perhaps it was instinct, or perhaps the pull of fate that had drawn me to her in the first place. "I'm not leaving," I said, voice trembling but resolute. Her eyes widened slightly, a flicker of surprise. "You are brave. Or foolish. The middle, surviving the dangers." Kalara led me to her sanctuary, a fortress carved into a towering crystal mountain. The Orvathian architecture was breathtaking, spires that seemed to pierce the sky, halls that reflected light in impossible patterns, and gardens where luminescent flora thrived in defiance of the harsh environment. But danger was never far. The moment I set foot inside, shadows lurked in the crystal forests and predators, both natural and engineered, circulated through the perimeter. Kalara trained me to survive, teaching me how to navigate the traps that had claimed countless others. "Each step you take is a choice," she warned. "One wrong move, and the land itself will ensure your death." Despite her warnings, I stayed close. I watched her fight off attackers with lethal precision, her movements fluid yet deadly. I noticed the way she paused sometimes, just long enough to see if I could follow. And I did. Nights were the hardest. The moon cast long shadows, and every whisper of wind sounded like a predator creeping closer. Yet Kalara never let me falter. She shared stories of her past, her people, and the wars that had scarred the Orvathian Empire. "You may not understand," she said one night, her eyes reflecting the twin moons above, "but those who remain near me, they do so at a cost. My enemies do not forgive." "I understand," I said quietly, "but I'd rather die trying to stay than live knowing I abandoned you." She studied me, her gaze sharp yet soft. "You're stubborn," she said. "Perhaps too stubborn for your own good." The test of survival. Weeks passed. We navigated the crystal plains, battled raiders, and avoided lethal wildlife. Every day was a test. My strength, my resolve, my willingness to endure the dangers she had warned me about. Then came the night of the Orvathian eclipse, a rare cosmic alignment that amplified the dangers on the moon exponentially. Creatures that normally stayed hidden became aggressive. Storms intensified. Energy anomalies sparked without warning. Kalara turned to me, her silver eyes narrowed. "Tonight, you will face the ultimate test. Survive, and perhaps you will prove me wrong." I nodded, heart pounding. We ventured into the crystalline forests, the air crackling with latent energy. I followed her closely, trusting her instincts, mimicking her movements. Suddenly, a massive shadow lunged at us. A predator unlike any I had seen, a fusion of energy and matter, eyes glowing red, talons sharp enough to tear through steel. Kalara struck first, her blade slicing through the creature, but it fractured and multiplied into smaller, faster forms. "Run!" she shouted. I dodged, rolled, and attacked as she had trained me. The predators surged around us, relentless. I realized then that her warning was not hyperbole. Every step could be my last. Yet I survived. Hours later, we reached the heart of the forest, bloodied, exhausted, and alive. Kalara's expression softened. "You did not die," she said quietly. "Against all odds, you proved me wrong." I looked at her, breathless. "I promised I wouldn't leave." She smiled faintly, a rare warmth crossing her alien features. "And for that, perhaps you are worthy of more than survival." The moment of truth. After the eclipse passed, Kalara led me to an ancient Orvathian relic chamber. The walls were inscribed with prophecies, glowing faintly in the violet light. "You have faced death and lived," she said. "And now there is a choice." She revealed a crystal, pulsing with energy. "This holds the power to protect or destroy. Many have come here and failed. Most died, but you stayed. You endured. And now you may decide. Leave, or bind yourself to me and share my burden." I stepped forward, gazing at her. "I don't care about power or burden. I care about you. I stay with you." Her eyes widened, silver light flickering with emotion. "You truly understand the risks?" "I do, and I accept them." The crystal glowed brighter, enveloping both of us in light. I felt energy course through me, connecting me to her, to the moon, to the Orvathian Empire itself. For the first time, I understood her warning, not as a threat, but as a measure of the stakes we were choosing to face together. Ending, proving her wrong. Months passed, and we returned to her palace, stronger, united, and more resilient. The enemies she had warned me about had come and gone, but I had proven that human determination and loyalty could withstand even the deadliest threats. Kalara often looked at me with a mixture of disbelief and admiration. "You really did stay," she said once, her voice soft in the stillness of the palace. "I did," I replied, taking her hand. "You said I'd die if I stayed, but I proved you wrong." She smiled, leaning into me, her wings brushing against mine. "Perhaps humans are more resilient than I imagined." From that day on, we faced the galaxy together, dangerous, unpredictable, but always side by side. And every time she warned me of the perils, I only smiled. I had survived, endured, and proven that even in the deadliest of places, loyalty and courage could defy fate itself. The alien princess had been right about one thing: staying was dangerous. But she had been wrong about the outcome. I had survived. I had endured. And in doing so, I had earned her trust, her partnership, and her heart. The galaxy was vast, and threats awaited at every corner. But no matter what came, I would remain by her side, because sometimes proving someone wrong was the most powerful act of love there was.